Well, Trump team had some words for Senator Elizabeth Warren after she accused the president-elect and his closest ally, I should say, Elon Musk, of corruption. In a letter to Trump, Warren detailed concerns of Musk having a conflict of interest leading DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. She also questioned Elon Musk's motives during an interview just yesterday. Watch.
Here is this man, richest man in the world, who has multiple companies. So he's got Tesla, the electric car maker. He's got X. He's got Neuralink. He's got SpaceX and a handful of other companies. Those companies are directly involved with the United States government. And here he is whispering into the ear of Donald Trump. So what is he whispering? Is he whispering, here are ways to help the American people? Or is he thinking through ways to make those companies richer? The American public has a right to know who's giving this kind of advice to Donald Trump. Someone who's helping the American people or just helping himself.
You think she rehearsed that last part? I think she did. Trump's incoming press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, shot back a fiery response in a statement to Fox News Digital. Here it is. President Trump has assembled the most impressive and qualified team of innovators, entrepreneurs, and geniuses to advise and staff our government. Pocahontas can play political games and send toothless letters, but the Trump-Vance transition will continue to be held to the highest ethical and legal standards possible, a standard unfamiliar to a career politician whose societal impact is 1/1024th of Elon Musk's. Okay, girl can write and she can do math. Emily.
That's what's called a mic drop. Yeah, look, Caroline Leavitt, she nailed it. And the reality is, I know that Elizabeth Warren means well, or at least I think she does, but this is so misplaced and so misguided, and it really falls flat. Because to this point, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have just begun to take on a colossal and really crucial role with the federal government, which is absolutely trimming the fat. And most of the programs that Elizabeth Warren has advocated for, again, in a well-meaning fashion, but that are just absolutely ridiculous and bloated and of a complete overreach of government and our tax dollars, will be done away with. So I think this goes back to our earlier conversation where they are clinging tightly to the way things were. But the reality is, then put on your seatbelt because it's not going to be the way things were anymore. Because finally, we are going to have some transparency of a government that under people's watch, like Elizabeth Warren and like Bernie Sanders, who are multimillionaires and yet advocate for complete socialism and communism, we had no idea where our dollars were going. And now finally we do, and we want them back.
Well, millionaires know how to count other people's money.
Yes,
apparently.
totally.
Yeah, so Trump is back. So are the insults, the savage insults, which makes it all more entertaining. And I think it's actually a genuinely good thing because it gets people more engaged and paying attention when things are hilarious, like talking about Elizabeth Warren that way. You know, she raises fair points. I don't disagree with her that we should be wary of anyone who has any interests who is advising the president, either party. The problem with her is that when it comes to government oversight of presidential administrations, she doesn't have a particularly good record. Congress doesn't have a particularly good record.
I was just going to say Congress.
They've completely surrendered, and both parties do it. I think Democrats do it worse than Republicans, generally speaking, where they just sort of hand over all their oversight responsibilities if their team is in the White House, which is a complete attack on the Constitution and a bad way to do government.
So just one example of what I think you're getting at is conflict of interest. Why in the world can't we ever get a bill passed that keeps people in those high positions from getting insider trading information and utilizing it? Like, I think Nancy Pelosi has made it her personal mission to make sure that doesn't happen. I mean, if I'm wrong about that, write me, tell me about it. Make sure you use some of Caroline's words.
You're going to suddenly get an email from Nancy Pelosi. Oh, no, you're wrong.
No.
Great.
No, you won't. You don't have to look for her missives. All you do is follow her stock trade. Right? I mean, you want to get rich in this country. Yeah, so there are plenty of Nancy Pelosi funds that follow her stock trades, trade for trade. And it is up. The only thing that it's in competition with is the anti-Kramer fund. So Jim Cramer, whatever he tells you to buy, you sell it. Or whatever he tells you to sell, you buy. And those funds are both making so much money. Elizabeth Warren is an anti-freedom hack. Don't listen to anything she has to say. Go cut the government, Elon and Vivek, do it.
I think we're all excited about a little trim here and there. And I hope that Elon Musk, after he finishes in D.C., he comes to New York City and helps the MTA cut the fat there, because we're about to go into congestion pricing. And
You think it's going to happen?
And New Yorkers are furious about it, but there's still a few lawsuits that have to be settled.
That's what I questioned. And we know Trump's not in favor of it.
Yeah, so Elon, come to New York City after you're finished in D.C.
Wow.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.